We have recently opened a new organization called CybertectureX. And CybertectureX is a crowdsourcing organization where we want to work with all of you to create the smart cities of the future. Today, I have my colleagues here. Panda, where are you? Okay, she's prepared a series of cards. Can I show you those cards, please? Okay. So we've prepared a series of postcards which will really invite you during this talk to sketch or to draw or to write some of your ideas about smart cities and give them back to us, and we'll discuss them and see whether we can work on them together. So let's pass them around. So Panda, let's give them a stack to let people distribute them themselves. Alright, let's start. Okay, so today we're going to talk about planetary cities. In so many ways, we've been trying to redefine our existing cities and to see how they become smarter cities. But I believe that we should look towards the future with vision, with courage, and with an audacity to reinvent the cities of our future. And to start off with, we can recognize that when we see from space, when we look down on the surface of our planet, our cities, our urbanities have started to cover the surface of our planet in a very sprawling way. Every city has spread horizontally, like a skin on top of the surface of our planet, all of which is engaging a lot of energy and resource in a way which is changing over time. But that in itself has become a very old model of development. In so many ways, this kind of sprawling urbanity doesn't give us the opportunity to maximize the effects of our latest innovations and technologies. And that perceived density of a city, the fact that billions of people around the world wants to live together, work together, play together, is one which is seemingly so high, but in fact I think it's not high enough. So our concept at CybertectureX is that the density is not enough. We should in fact make our future planetary cities even more dense. Let me show you. So I'm going to use a Hohmann sphere to demonstrate this concept. Currently, our world and our resources are spread over a large volume and space. We are increasingly wasting our resource by transporting, delivering, transmitting our resources around our planet. But in a sense, if we're able to maximize our efficiency, we should try and increase that density into a super density, so that the way in which we transfer thought, the way in which we deliver communications, the way in which we share energy is entirely a much higher, denser approach than what we are currently doing in our existing cities. So let me explain that a bit more. When we have hyperdensity, we have the possibility of almost eliminating huge transport infrastructure. Transport itself doesn't do anything for humanity. It only embodies us, empowers us to become closer to each other. So if we can build denser, we may be able to rid ourselves of the very wasteful transportation network. Currently, the efficiency upon which we are transferring our energy around the world is way below 20%. Even with the latest advances in superconductor technology, we are only using 20% of the energy that we are actually creating. By using super density, we may be able to reduce and maximize the amount of productivity from our energy production. The huge amount of energy and resource that we put into logistics, delivering food, delivering experiences, delivering people is increasingly consuming our activities and our focus on this planet away from the more important cultural and humanistic aspects of daily life. By having super density, we may be able to reduce that amount of need. And the ability to recycle those very precious resources of life, such as drinking water, breathable air, and the minerals that we need to fertilize our earth, is much better done when we are working in close density. By having close and high density cities, we may be able to open up more green space between our cities, to be able to use our landscape in a way that we have previously fragmented and is now struggling to reconstruct. And I believe, especially as a Chinese person, that the proximity that we have to each other actually is very important to the future of humanity. The fact that we live thousands and thousands of miles apart is not enhancing our humanity. The ability for us to live closely together, to have camaraderie, to have love and family is very, very important for the future of our humanity. And with that density, we can create resilience. That density, in the face of those huge, almost insurmountable challenges of global change, lack of resources, etc., could be our only hope in surviving the next evolution of how we live on our planet. I believe, and this is why I've entitled this talk Planetary Cities, is that in many ways our cities should take inspiration not in the forms that they've been created before, but going to the very heart of what is really there waiting for us to inspire, which is our own planet. To imagine a city that could operate and have an ecosystem similar to our entire planet, but in a super condensed way, gives us opportunities to create new experiences and new spaces for people. Because in our own planet, we see a level of depth, a level of complexity, which is exactly what we're talking about in the smart city. But it is already laid out for us. It is there within the system. And by analyzing it, we are able to create a microcosm of our planet within a single city. It breathes, it recycles its own water, it generates its own resource, it reinvests in itself. It has a critical mass of population. It has a community feel. I'm very inspired by the work of Buckminster Fuller, who came up with several huge philosophies about how man should be living on our planet. One of which is that there's a concept of tensegrity. Tensegrity is where a system is entirely bound together, both in its physicality and also by its effect. And a sphere like this is a very interesting structure which we're using in this particular design, where the structure of the building is a tensegrity structure, which is both compression and intention, allowing for almost every element of this structure to be entirely the same. We're doing it on a kind of macro-molecular way. We are not building cities as individual objects, but we're creating almost a kind of molecular matrix that could be replicated in the most efficient and the most productive industrial way. And that structure leads to a city that could be of various sizes. This particular one that we are currently building in the Middle East houses 40,000 people with all manners of what a city contains, from residential to commercial, from institutional to cultural activities, all embodied within almost a small microplanet landed on the surface of our own planet. This is a very exciting project because what it does, it takes on in itself a challenge to be entirely independent. We talk a lot in smart cities about the holy grail of of creating zero carbon and energy independent buildings. This building tries to do that by creating its own energy, driving its own airflow, burning its own rubbish, having its own energy reactors inside to power its citizens. And the citizens are the most important things. You are all the smart citizens. As smart citizens, you'll be sharing this planetary city together. So designed in the center of this planetary city is what we call almost like a Valley of Eden, a Garden of Eden, where all of the cultural activities and the artistic activities are centered in the middle of this valley with a river that runs through the center that actually recycles more than 10 million cubic meters of water a year for the citizens of this planetary city. And this kind of community feeling is one that provides a lot of safety and resilience, especially if we predict in the future extreme climate conditions, disaster regions, areas of war, areas where we need to keep people safe from disease and health. To be able to have this super density, we have an opportunity to monitor those forces at work and try our best to keep our citizens safe. So here you can see at the top of this planetary city an entire group of recyclable renewable energy sources, including solar panels, entirely drawing the energy from the sun in exactly the same way that our own planet is powering our own nature by the absorption of radiation from our sun. And we learn intimately from our own planet, in the sense that when we plan these planetary cities on our own planet, we orientate them so that they face the sun and have, on the surface of this particular micro-planet, its own ecosystem of nature. So on these surfaces, we have giant sky forests, which are embedded with plants transported from around the world, water recycling through a kind of wetland system for all of the citizens. And we also plan to bring animals, plants, birds, fish to these sky forests, creating aviaries and oases for people to almost touch our own planet, which is not much bigger, but they have a microcosm for their own planetary city. I believe that as architects and designers, as technologists and inventors, as innovators and as creators, we need to look boldly into the future. We need to look at those new solutions, those new ideas, those new forms which have not yet been created. Of course, in the short term, an evolutionary development is required, but the big ideas that will drive and direct a better course for humanity will never come from the small steps that we only look in front of us, but from the big, great visions that we look into the millennium in front of us. That is Planetary Cities. Thank you very much.